In the cold darkness of space, a massive ship floated silently. It belonged to the Galactic Empire, rulers of thousands of worlds. For hundreds of years, they had forced weaker planets to join them. No one had ever said no. No one dared. Now the Empire had found a new planet, Earth. To them, Earth was small, young, and unimportant. Its people still fought among themselves. They had no faster-than-light travel, no starships, no energy weapons. The Empire's leaders laughed when they saw Earth's technology. But protocol was protocol. They still had to send a message. A probe was launched toward Earth. Inside, a short warning message played on repeat. This is the Galactic Empire. Surrender your planet and join us. Refuse, and you will be destroyed. The probe entered Earth's orbit and sent the message in hundreds of languages. The world stopped. Inside the United Nations building, world leaders gathered. Scientists, military officers, and experts in space communication sat around a large table. Is this real? One leader asked. Yes, a scientist replied. We've confirmed the message came from beyond our solar system. It's not a hoax. Another scientist stood. We believe they're watching us, waiting for our reply. The room fell silent. Fear filled the air. But slowly, something else began to grow: anger. Who were they to threaten us? Said a general from the U.S. They don't know who we are, said a Chinese officer. They think we are weak, whispered an Indian diplomat. The room changed. Leaders from rival nations, usually arguing, now stood together. For once, Earth was united. In a secret bunker under the Atlantic Ocean, a message was crafted. Short, clear, no fear. A single line that would speak for all of humanity. A satellite was aimed at the stars. The message was sent back to the Empire's probe. We do not bow. Far away, deep in Imperial space, the message reached the High Command. The Emperor, a tall alien with silver skin and glowing red eyes, read the line 3 times. Repeat it, he said. The translator spoke slowly. We do not bow. The Emperor's face twisted with rage. No species has ever refused us. He shouted, send a fleet, burn their planet. But one of his generals spoke up. Wait, this species, they united in ours. Most primitive worlds begged for mercy. These humans sent defiance. The Emperor paused. He hated fearlessness. He hated resistance. Very well, he said. We will make an example of them. But watch them closely. I want to know what they are. Back on Earth, the people waited. In every country, screens showed the message Earth had sent. Crowds gathered. Some were afraid. But most felt something else: pride. In schools, children asked, what happens now? In military bases, soldiers trained harder. In labs, scientists worked day and night. Earth was no longer just a planet. It was a team, a family, a force. Meanwhile, in a hidden lab in Switzerland, something unexpected happened. A group of engineers had taken apart the probe. Inside, they found a map, a star chart. It showed the position of the Galactic Empire. And then, something even more surprising. A piece of the probe's metal responded to Earth's energy. It changed, adapted. One young scientist, Sarah Kim, looked at it in shock. This metal, it's not just a machine. It's alive. In the skies above, powerful telescopes spotted movement in deep space. Objects were coming. Big ones. 10 giant ships, each bigger than any Earth aircraft carrier, moving fast. The Empire had sent a message of their own, not in words, but in warships. Sarah ran into the command center with the living metal in her hands. We may be able to use this, she said. We can learn from them. We can fight. A general looked at her. Then start now. We don't have much time. Cliffhanger. The countdown had begun. Earth had weeks, maybe days. But humanity had made one thing clear. They would not kneel. They would not break. They would fight. And for the first time in galactic history, The Empire was nervous. The night sky above Earth looked the same. But in space, everything had changed. 10 massive ships from the Galactic Empire were getting closer. These warships were called dread engines, designed to destroy planets. Each one carried weapons that could melt cities. They had never failed. But this time, they were heading toward Earth. In underground bunkers, Earth's leaders watched the ships through powerful telescopes. There was no mistake. The Empire was not here to talk. They were here to conquer. The president of the World Council stood before cameras, speaking to every screen on the planet. The Empire believes we will kneel. But they don't understand us. We will fight. We will survive. And we will show them. Earth is not easy to break. In Switzerland, Sarah Kim and her team worked non-stop. The strange metal from the Empire's probe was growing, shifting shapes, learning. They called it ECHO alloy. It's learning from us, Sarah whispered. It's not just technology. It's curious. One night, as she touched the metal, her computer flashed a message. I see you. Sarah jumped. The metal had connected to Earth's systems. It was talking. Who are you? She typed. The reply came slowly. I was made to obey, but I choose to help. The ECHO metal wasn't just alive. It wanted to switch sides. Meanwhile, in orbit, Earth's defense plan was coming together. Nations had united to build a massive satellite network, armed with all the weapons Earth had, nukes, lasers, and EMP bombs. It wasn't much compared to the Empire, but it was better than nothing. In a secret ocean base, engineers were building something even crazier, a space fighter made with ECHO alloy. They called it Project Vanguard. Only one pilot could fly it, Captain Ray Torres, a former test pilot, fearless and fast. Ray looked at the ship. It was small compared to the Empire's giants, but he smiled. Sometimes small things make the biggest noise. Back in space, the Empire's fleet reached Pluto. Inside the lead dread engine, Grand Admiral Xuro looked at Earth on his screen. So small, so loud, he muttered. His second-in-command asked, Why don't we just destroy them from here? Xuro shook his head. The Emperor wants a show. A lesson. We will land. We will crush them face to face. Back on Earth, strange things began happening. Lights blinked in patterns. Radios picked up whispers in unknown voices. Weather changed near the satellite defenses. Sarah looked at the data. The Empire is jamming our systems, testing us. They're watching every move. Still, she smiled. Let them watch. Project Vanguard was ready. As the Empire's ships reached the moon, Earth's people stood together. In cities and villages, people lit torches. Banners flew that said, We do not bow. In schools, children practiced hiding drills. In space, Ray Torres climbed into the Vanguard fighter. He looked at the camera. To the people of Earth, I'm just the first. We're all in this fight. The ship rose into the sky like a bullet of light. Cliffhanger. Suddenly, alarms screamed across Earth's defense network. The lead dread engine had opened its launch bay. Something was falling toward Earth. A drop pod. Inside was a creature the Empire called a breaker. A 9-foot alien weapon designed for one thing, fear. It was coming to Earth. First contact had been a message. Now the Empire was sending death. And Earth had one chance, one pilot, one shot. A fireball tore through Earth's sky. The Empire's breaker pod had landed. It crashed into a field outside Berlin, sending shockwaves for miles. Smoke rose. Animals ran. People screamed. Soldiers rushed to the area, weapons ready. But nothing could prepare them for what came out of that pod. The breaker was 9 feet tall. Black armored skin. 4 arms. No face. Just a glowing red eye in the center of its head. It moved fast. Too fast. It crushed tanks. Tore through bunkers. Human weapons barely slowed it down. The Empire was not just attacking. They were testing. In the skies, Ray Torres flew high in the Vanguard, Earth's first and only spacefighter made from ECHO alloy. "Command, I see the target," he said. "Engaging now." The fighter responded like it was alive. The ECHO metal flowed over the ship, forming sharp wings. The engines roared like thunder. Ray dove down from orbit, flames behind him. On the ground, soldiers were trapped. The breaker turned toward a group of civilians hiding in a farmhouse. Then something streaked from the sky. Boom! A laser blast slammed into the breaker. It flew backward through a stone wall. The Vanguard hovered above the battlefield. Inside, Ray locked onto the creature. "You messed with the wrong planet." The breaker roared and jumped upward, trying to grab the fighter. But Ray was faster. He dodged and fired again. Sarah Kim watched the battle from mission control. "The ECHO alloy is sensing with his brain," she said. "It's like the ship and Ray are one." The breaker launched a spike from its arm. It hit Vanguard's wing. Sparks flew. Ray gritted his teeth. "Okay, round 2. He activated a new system. One Earth didn't even know was working yet. The ECHO alloy turned the ship invisible. The breaker scanned the sky. Nothing. Then, boom! A silent strike from above. The fighter reappeared, slamming the creature into the ground. Ray didn't stop. He circled back and fired the plasma cannon one last time. The breaker exploded in a cloud of dark smoke. The field went silent. For the first time, humanity had faced the Empire in battle. And won. But there was no time to celebrate. Sarah's computer lit up with red warnings. More drop pods incoming. This wasn't the real attack. It was just the first wave. In orbit, Admiral Xuro looked at Earth through his screen. "So they fight?" "Good," he said. "Let's make it interesting." He turned to his fleet. "Begin Phase 2. Back on Earth, scientists found something strange inside the remains of the breaker. A black cube, still active, still sending a signal. Sarah's eyes widened. "They're not just attacking us. They're recording everything. They're learning from us too." The world's leaders held an emergency meeting underground. "We won today," said one general. "But tomorrow, they send more." A scientist stood. "The ECHO metal is helping us, but it's not enough." Sarah walked in, holding the black cube. "We have to go further," she said. "We can't just defend. We need to strike back." In the Pacific Ocean, a massive hangar opened beneath the waves. Inside, a giant structure. A weapon Earth had been secretly building for months. They called it Project Titan. It wasn't finished yet, but now they had no choice. Earth had proven it could fight. Now it had to attack. Cliffhanger. In the shadows of the Empire's fleet, a new ship powered up, bigger than the rest, more dangerous. The Emperor himself had sent a message. Burn their spirit. Crush their hope. Earth must kneel. But Earth had sent its own message, and now it was coming for them. A storm rolled over the Pacific Ocean, but under the waves, Earth's greatest weapon was rising. Project Titan. A massive warship, nearly the size of a city, built in secret by the best minds on Earth, powered by human technology mixed with the ECHO alloy. It didn't just float. It flew. As the Titan rose from the ocean, giant engines lit up with blue fire. Water poured off its armor. It reached for the sky like a beast waking from sleep. The world watched in silence. Then a single voice on every screen said, "Earth is coming." Inside the Titan, Captain Ray Torres stepped onto the main deck. His fighter Vanguard was docked below, being upgraded. Sarah Kim stood at the control table, now the ship's chief engineer. "We've linked Titan with ECHO systems. It's learning fast," she said. "But we only get one shot at this." Ray nodded. "Then we make it count." Back in orbit, the Empire was preparing their next attack. 4 more dread engines had moved into position. They planned to strike every major city on Earth at once. But just before they launched, something appeared on their radar. Something big. Titan broke through the clouds. Moving faster than any Earth ship ever had, it headed straight for the Empire's fleet. Inside, soldiers and pilots stood ready. Engineers ran through last checks. Sarah held onto her console as the ship shook. "Shields holding," she said. "Weapons online." Admiral Sturo watched in shock. "How?" he hissed. "They should not have this power." The Emperor's voice came through the comms. "Destroy it, or do not return." Sturo clenched his fists. "Send the full fleet." In space, the battle began. Titan fired first. Massive energy beams ripped through one dread engine, cutting it in half. Fire and metal exploded in every direction. The Empire's ships fired back. Missiles, plasma cannons, gravity bombs. Titan shook, shields glowing bright, but it held strong. Ray launched in the upgraded Vanguard. Faster, sharper, smarter. He flew through the chaos, dodging beams, striking weak points. The Isecho alloy adapted in real time, growing armor when hit, forming weapons when needed. Ray smiled. "Let's dance." Meanwhile, Sarah made a discovery. "The Isecho alloy is evolving again," she said. "It's building something inside the Titan." She ran to the lower levels. What she saw stopped her breath. The metal was creating a shape. A human shape. A figure made of living metal. Eyes glowing. Silent. It turned and looked at her. "I am Isecho," it said. "I am with Earth." In space, Ray saw something new appear on the enemy side. A black ship, shaped like a blade, silent and deadly. The Emperor's personal ship. "So, the ruler comes to fight," Ray said. "Good." The Emperor's voice echoed across space. "You are nothing, human. A small world trying to stand tall." Ray replied, "Yeah. Small doesn't mean weak." He fired everything he had. The Emperor's ship dodged with impossible speed. Their battle had begun. Back on Earth, people watched from every corner of the globe. They cheered. They cried. They hoped. For once, the galaxy was looking at Earth with fear, not pity. Titan was damaged, but still moving. Sarah stood beside the Isecho figure. "We need more power," she said. Isecho spoke again. "Then I will become your shield." It stepped into the core of the ship and merged with it. The Titan glowed. Energy surged. Systems rebooted. It was alive. Cliffhanger. Ray locked onto the Emperor's ship. They charged toward each other full speed. "Let's end this," Ray said. But just as he fired, the Emperor vanished. A trap? A retreat? Or something worse? The battle was far from over, and Earth's final test was just beginning. The stars were quiet. Too quiet. The Emperor's ship had vanished. The battle had paused. Earth's warriors looked into space, waiting for the final strike. And it came. A massive rift opened in the darkness. A swirling portal of red light. The Empire's true weapon had arrived. The Obliterator. A ship the size of a moon, powered by a star core, designed to wipe out planets with a single blast. Inside, the Emperor stood at the center of a control chamber, watching Earth on his screen. "This ends now," he whispered. On board the Titan, alarms blared. The crew stared at the screen in horror. "That ship could destroy Earth in one shot," said Sarah. Ray Torres flew beside the Titan in the Vanguard. "Then we don't give them the shot." The Isecho AI, now fully fused with the Titan, spoke calmly. "There is a way, but it requires everything." Back on Earth, people gathered across every continent, looking up, waiting, praying. The president of the World Council spoke again, her voice heard by billions. We will not kneel. We will not run. We stand as one, for Earth. In space, the final battle began. The Emperor's obliterator fired a pulse beam, huge, red, and fast. The Tian moved into position, taking the hit with full shields. The ship shook. Metal bent. Fires broke out. Inside, Sarah screamed, "We can't take another hit like that." Ray replied, "Then we won't. Let's finish this." He flew the Vanguard straight into the swarm of enemy drones. He dodged left, fired right. The ECHO alloy shifted around him like armor, protecting his ship. One drone after another fell, but the obliterator still charged its final cannon. ECHO's voice echoed through all Earth channels. "I have a plan." The plan was insane, but it was the only chance. Sarah, Ray, and ECHO would guide the Titan inside the obliterator, right into the enemy's heart. "We get one shot," Ray said. "We hit the core, or we die trying." The Titan charged forward, surrounded by Earth's remaining fighters. Vanguard led the way. Missiles flew. Beams lit the sky. Explosions everywhere. Then, they breached the obliterator's hull. Inside the Empire's ship, alien guards fired, but ECHO formed a shield, blocking every shot. Ray jumped out of his ship and ran through the corridors with Sarah and the strike team. At last, they reached the core chamber. The star engine pulsed with power. Ray looked at Sarah. "Get to cover." He pulled out the last weapon Earth had built, a pulse bomb strong enough to collapse the core. Suddenly, the Emperor appeared. His armor glowed. His eyes burned red. "You came all this way to die," he said. Ray didn't flinch. "No, I came to show you what humans are." They'd fought, fist to fist, blade to blade. The Emperor was stronger. But Ray was faster, smarter, angry. He took the hits. He got back up. "I don't kneel," Ray growled. "Not today. Not ever." The Emperor raised his sword for the final strike. "Bam!" Sarah shot him from behind with a plasma blaster. He stumbled. Ray struck one last blow. The Emperor fell. Ray turned to the core. The pulse bomb was ready. He placed it. There was no time to escape. Sarah screamed, "Ray, no." But ECHO's voice came again. "I will take it from here." ECHO surrounded the bomb with its own body. "I was made to obey, but Earth taught me something new." Sarah cried, "What are you doing?" "Becoming human." The chamber filled with light. From space, Earth's people watched as the obliterator exploded in a flash that lit up the galaxy. Titan was thrown back but survived. Vanguard was damaged, but Ray was alive. The Empire's fleet scattered. The war was over. EPILOGU. 1 month later, Earth stood united. Cities were rebuilt. Statues were raised. And across the stars, a new message was sent. Earth is free. We do not kneel. And we never forget. Sarah looked up at the stars. We lost ECHO, but we gained something more. Ray stood beside her. Respect, fear, a place in the galaxy. Because now the universe knew. You don't mess with Earth. Humanity fights back. Humanity wins.